I nearly had a panic attack over a situation of a decision that I knew was aligned because I was meeting my edge and still I moved anyway. I want to share with you what happened. I'm not going to share with you everything that I experienced over the weekend, though, over the week. I am going to share some wisdom drops, and should have this feeling I'm going to be doing something more with this information that I took in over the weekend. And I want to share with you the significance and how this is showing up in your life too. When you're meeting your edge, when you're doing something outside of your comfort zone and you move anyway, instead of allowing the fear and the worry and the doubt and the limiting beliefs to rule your life. So let me know if you have ever experienced fear, doubt, anxiety, worry. I don't know. Anxiety. Did I say anxiety? I think I said anxiety. Panic. Even the sensation of panic, even if you haven't experienced a full blown panic attack. Like, let me know if you've ever experienced that. So, I titled this, and I'm actually going to read it from my notes. Choices you make today create the future you live tomorrow. I'm going to say that again. Ooh, I just got full body chills again. Oh my gosh, I read that this morning, and even when I wrote it down, I was like, "Oh, that was good." And when I was reviewing my notes from this morning, from over the weekend, this was on Saturday that this was said, I got chills with this. I feel like I'm not the only one that needs to hear this. Choices you make today create the future you live tomorrow. Damn. So if you have not listened to Sacred Whisper 83 and 84 yet, go listen because, wow, these choices that we're making every single day are creating our future. And we know this, right? You know this. That said, sometimes I think that we forget the impact of that future and that the future is happening so much sooner than what we realize. Okay, so here's what happened. I'm not going to share with you the whole thing. You have to go listen to Sacred Whisper. At least go listen to 84. And they're super short, and you can put me on 2x and just listen to me talk. Like, it will literally blow your mind. So I think it was in 84 I shared with you that I made this decision to go to Growth Day. So this was a Brendan Burchard event. And when I say this was so fucking life-changing, and not to be dramatic or anything, but like, listen, this was, oh my gosh, I have chills. This was so fucking life-changing. I bought the tickets on Monday, and the event was Thursday. I booked my hotel Monday night for 2 days. I was only gonna stay Thursday and Friday, and I got this insane nudge that I needed to be there Saturday. I needed to stay there. Look, I am an hour and a half from Austin, Texas, where the event was. It took me 3 hours to get there because I ended up in traffic the closer I got to Austin. Like, whatever. It didn't matter. I was vibing to my music. I was drinking my coffee. It was fine. Like, whatever. And so, okay, this decision was made so quick. And my husband gave me an out. He's like, the ticket was like, so what? You're out the ticket? Like, don't go. If you're feeling this much panic around it, then don't go. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving myself an out. I said I wanted to go to live events this year. I've been seeing this event for a while. I forgot to buy tickets. It was just this whole thing. And I was deciding if I wanted to go. I got the nudge to go. I am fucking going. I'm a woman that is true to herself and true to her word. So how often are you allowing yourself an out to what it is that you know is in alignment for you? How often are you feeling that fear, that panic, that worry, and you're like, nope, let me go back where it's safe. And I knew there was something there that I was going to experience. Something was going to happen. I knew, I knew I needed to be there. And so I was like, no, I'm gonna go. But here's what happened. Wednesday, You guys, Wednesday, I went live here and I was sharing with you guys this experience. And then I did episode 84 as well, where I shared with you the experience of the woman that I met on Monday. No, it was on Tuesday. So I'm not going to go deep into this, but this is actually insane and it's going to tie together. And I have to tell you this, like the shirt says, bring the joy. I'm literally just bought a citrine necklace, which represents joy. It represents a lot of things, but joy and abundance was the reason why I bought it. I'm so drawn to it right now. And I have a little charm on there that I'm going to share with you as well. So bring the joy. On Tuesday, the day after I bought the tickets, I was like at the gym. I had some really cool stuff. Go listen to the podcast episode so you can learn more about like exactly the synchronicities that happened because they were crazy. And then the woman that I had ran into, like, I've seen her there, but I had never had a conversation, and that day, we just had a conversation, and the full circle moment that I had this morning, I was like, "Psst, that's why I was meant to," like, all of this aligned. Okay, get to the point because this is so crazy. Okay, so so I remember her walking away from me, actually, on Wednesday, I think it was. I remember her walking away just being so joyful and grateful, like, just so grateful. She's just so grateful to be alive. And I was just like oh my God, I have chills. I was just so floored and inspired by her energy, by her joy, by her aliveness, by her gratitude. And I was just mesmerized. And the next morning, I ran into her, and I think I talked about this too in that episode. And she's like, I'm just trying to spread positivity. And she had like the biggest smile on her face. I just love her. And Wednesday night, after I went live, I was packing. I had to leave at 5:30. So your girl was getting up at 4:44 is what I set my alarm for, PF. I ended up getting up at 3, by the way, when my husband had to get up for work. Anyway, that's another story. But I couldn't, I was so energized, like I had so much energy moving through my body. I was like, I can't sleep. And so I got off the live and I wrapped some stuff up. I went downstairs to eat and then I went into my bedroom to pack. And as I'm packing, the panic is settling and I am starting to freak. My nervous system was like panicked. And I ended up in full-blown tears. And I was like, don't know why I'm going. I know I'm meant to go. And I'm like meeting my edge. I'm like, I'm not afraid to be around people. I'm not afraid to travel by myself. None of that scares me. I love people. I love being around people, especially when we go to events like this. Like, I know I'm going to meet some badass people. We're all in the room doing the same fucking thing. Like, we are going to connect. And the connections that I had, PS, like, were wild. Okay, so I am having a full-blown, like, moment. My nervous system is on the brink of a panic attack, and I didn't reach that, thank goodness, but I knew I needed to sit down and I needed to breathe. And I am proud of myself because instead of like, because sometimes you can just really spiral, I let myself have that moment and I use my tools to come back to center. And then I got some sleep. I told my husband in that moment, I was like, I don't know why like, I feel like this. I'm like, why do I feel like this? I just went to Tulum in January. Like, I'm hosting my Embody retreat in July. I have something really badass planned in October. None of it scares me. I'm excited. PS, if you want information about Embody Retreat, DM me retreat, and I will send the information. We only have 3 spots left. And I'm like, this is not the first time I've gone to an event. In fact, I've gone on airplanes and flown all over the country for various events by myself. Like, what in the actual fuck? And so I was like, okay, I'm going to get some sleep. It was very little sleep, actually, but I still got some sleep. And when my husband left, shortly thereafter, I got up. I was like, let me just start my day. And I left and I was like, I'm going to vibe. Isn't it so amazing that we live in a world where we can hop into our vehicle or hop into a plane on a random Thursday to be in the room with some really amazing people. These were millionaires that just poured into us all weekend, like multiple millionaires. Like Ed Milet was one of the speakers, and he owns an island. And I went into this event, I was like, I wasn't like, I know who I followed Brendan for many, many, many years. And I knew who Natalie Ellis was, the owner of the CEO of Boss Babe Inc. But everyone else, I wasn't like super, like I knew of them, but I wasn't super familiar. And I just was like, I'm going to let myself be surprised. I'm just going to be in the element of surprise. I'm going to go in there and let myself just be blown away because I knew it was going to happen, even though I was in fear. And when I got there, so check-in started at 7:30, or you could do it the night before. And I just decided I was going to do it Thursday morning. And that's why I left so early. And I actually didn't get there until like 8:30, but the first thing I get there, there's a girl that I hopped in the elevator with, and I was like, "I don't know where I'm going." She's like, I was like, "I see you're going to growth, like up to growth day, like what floor, like whatever." And she was like, "Pick purple." And I was like, "Oh." So we all have lanyards, and they were all different colors. And so I picked purple. I love purple. I was like, "Great, I'm in purple." And oh my God, I just got chills again. So it took like 2 seconds, and I'm standing in line, and I meet the most amazing people. I like throughout the entire weekend, I just kept connecting with healers. Like there are people were there for their companies, like like they were working in like corporate America, but they were there for like leadership stuff and like learning. And then there are entrepreneurs there. Like there's people of everything there. And I kept running into healers, and I would be, like, standing in line for the bathroom, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" Because that's just my personality, and I introduced myself, and somebody would start talking, I'm like, "You're a healer, aren't you?" And they're like, "How'd you know?" I'm like, We just know. You just know." And so, I got to meet the most amazing people, and within 30 minutes of being in that room, I knew I was exactly where I was meant to be. And I say 30 minutes, but it probably was a little bit sooner. The energy, chills again. The energy was electric. Even, oh my gosh, the chills won't stop. Was literally electric, even on day one. And as it went to day two and day three, it got even bigger. The dance parties, the music, the people, the vibe in general, like it was wild. Brendan's energy is amazing. He is like his story is powerful, like just everything. And like I was inspired and moved to tears within not maybe 30 minutes of even being there. And I was like, I'm exactly where I meant to be. And I had so many epiphanies before even lunch. And I don't know why I'm feeling called to tell you this, but I met a woman named Brandy, and we like spent all day on Sunday together before I came home. And we were standing in line and we were talking. She was one. I was like, "You're a healer, aren't you?" She's a real estate agent and healer. So I we immediately connected. We did lunch together every single day in dinner. Not the first night because everybody was so tired. I don't know how people went out every single night. I'm like, I can't. I'm so tired. But we went to dinner twice and spent all day Sunday together, like, just such an amazing woman. And I realized throughout this, like, I went there not knowing what to expect, but hoping it wasn't kind of one of those bro events, right? Like, meaning, like, masculine hustle and all of this thing, and what it was exactly what I needed, and duh, of course, right? So bring the joy. Like I wrote down, I want to share with you one thing around this, but this was around prioritizing ourselves, doing what's most important first, right? Duh. Like these are not, nothing was like groundbreaking, but it landed so different. And sometimes that's the environment, right? Sometimes it's the environment, sometimes it's the person, sometimes it's this situation or the timing. But I wrote down some of my favorite sayings that were said all weekend. And it was bring the joy was one of them. And just like summoning the best within ourselves and some of the activations that we learned to be able to activate and hearing how these people who are millionaires are, you know, when the pendulum was like so far over that it was like hustle burnout, like sleep, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but that was me. I have been there. And then we swing over like society, I think in general, swung way over to like the feminine. But what I didn't, what, or let me say that differently. What I realized this weekend was every single person was like, no, we are prioritizing sleep. We are prioritizing joy. We are prioritizing peace. We are prioritizing less distractions. And I learned so much. But the thing that I really was like a full circle moment with that woman, just kind of going back to that. She's like, I'm just here to spread positivity. And I'm like, I love that so much. And that's like one of the big themes of like kind of the weekend in general. If I had to sum it up, was like bringing the joy, like summoning that within ourselves and like the happiness and the peace that it creates within ourselves while we're building our future, while we're of service to others, while we're getting our gifts and what we're here to do out into the world. And even hearing this from them, all of the speakers, and how they prioritize that for themselves was so amazing. And it was not just once they made like big income or big impact, they were doing this before. And I'm like, how did I not know this? Because I wasn't looking for it. I guess I didn't know to look for it. And I just, the timing of it, and then my April theme being quantum embodiment, I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? Like, how did this all align? I don't even know. So, choices I make today create the future I live tomorrow. The choices you make today create the future you live tomorrow. Every single time I get full body chills when I say that. That is just one of the things that I read this morning that gave me chills. And I want to ask you, like, I can't even begin to imagine if I would have like allowed, if I would have met my edge and didn't move. I wish I wish you could feel like, can you feel the energy within right now? Like I keep getting chills like from head to toe, like just over and over and over. Like I can't even imagine what would have happened if I would have allowed like met my edge and decided, you know what? No, I'm uncomfortable. I'm not gonna go. Timing sucked. My husband's so busy right now with work. Like the timing of how all of his flights landed was that week. And I don't know, I think he's working like 11 days in a row or something like that. So so he was here for my kids, our kids, but our kids were like school and then hanging out at home, which was fine. Alarm set, all good, big dogs protected. And I was just like, timing wasn't great. And my nervous system was panicked. And I was like, every single day, it anchored in more and more where I was exactly where I was meant to be. I was meeting who I was meant to meet. I was hearing what I was meant to hear. I was integrating how I was meant to integrate. And even going into this week, like I have to-do lists and things like I crushed this week or this weekend today, including a workout. And also like my priority is integration. My priority is embodiment because otherwise it's just words being fed. Otherwise it's just a pricey vacation, I guess. I don't like the word expensive. I think that that's like so overused, but it's just like this was an investment in myself. And I am so fucking grateful that I went. I'm so grateful that I met my edge and I saw myself and I used my tools and I got in the Jeep and went anyway. I'm like, no. And I know the next time that an event comes up, it does have, like, if I do have any sensations that come up around it, like, I have even more proof stacked as to how it expands. Like, when I went to Tulum in January, when I came back, not only did I integrate and embody everything that I was ready to embody, my business also exploded. And the best way possible. Like, my personal life and the way that I live exploded the best way possible. The the my business and the way that am serving people has completely taken off, which makes, like, all of it excites me, no matter where I am, no matter, like, who's currently, like, in my orbit. And also to know, like, my impact, like, our impact and how it is that we're supporting the collective consciousness, like, yes. It's yes. And so I knew, like, on the other side of that, like, it's not an expectation. I don't go in expecting anything, but just knowing I'm meant to be there. And I come out on the other side with a deep knowingness that I'm not the same. I'm not the same. So with the positivity, this was one thing that I was really wanting to anchor in more. I was like, gosh, my schedule is so crazy, but with my husband's schedule, yes, my kids are older now. But they have appointments and stuff, trying to fit everything into my day. And I'm like, just kind of running in circles. I've been more grounded in probably the last couple of months. I felt like my feet finally landed in Texas. But I was like, I feel like there's like, can we turn up the thermostat a little bit more? Like, can I increase like the joy more? Can I increase the living and the aliveness more? Can I increase what I desire to feel more? How can I do what it is that I desire and live how I want to live a little bit more? And like, just, it's that aliveness, it's the freedom, it's the joy, it's the serving. And so I know that the decision that I made to go anyway is impacting the future that now. Even just like last week, like, there's so much out there that says it takes time to embody, and I want you to challenge that. Says fucking who? What if it didn't take a bunch of time to embody? Because remember, I said I bought the ticket on Monday. I bought the ticket on Monday. I left on Thursday. There was 2 days in between there. And I was like, no, I am the woman. I committed to this. I said in 2025, I'm getting in the room with like-minded people. I'm going to more live events. I said I'm doing that. So I am not backing out. This was me embodying even just what I said, what is April, 3 months ago. I felt that fear or the worry or whatever sensations was coming up, and I moved anyway. That is embodiment. When worry, fear, panic, doubt, limiting beliefs come up, around something that you know you are feeling a nudge on and you move anyway, that is embodiment. You're like, no, I see you. I love you. I hear you. I honor you. Let me see what this is about because we want to have that emotional intelligence and I'm going to move anyway. I'm going to move anyway because I can feel that I'm meant to do it, right? The other thing that I really loved in this piece, by the way, this was from Ed Milet. I'm reading his book, The Power of One More. Actually, I'm listening to it. I bought the book because I would as well. It'll be sure tomorrow because I'm like, holy shit. This is nothing what I thought it was going to be. Oh my God, it's so amazing. And I was like, I have so many notes I want to take in this book. I'm like, add to cart, send it now. And I'm on chapter 8. I started it last night on my way home from Austin. And that was with traffic, it was just under 2 hours. So I listened to it probably like 3/4 of the way home-ish. Okay. So he said, the choice must match the future. The choice must match the future. Are the decisions that you are making right now in alignment with the future version of you? Or are you still making decisions, conscious or not, conscious or unconscious decisions that are in alignment with a past version of you? I just want you to sit with that for a second. Are you making decisions in alignment with future you? Are you matching your future vision with those decisions? Or are you living in or making decisions based on a past version of you? And I just want you to sit with that and just like really think about that for a moment because there's a version of you that you know you're meant to be. There's a version of you that is making decisions in alignment with a future self. And you desire that, but are you actually making those decisions right now? Or are you letting your past define what decisions you're making, whether it's fear, worry, doubt, whatever it is? And I really want you to sit with that. I loved when that came through because I was just like, yeah, of course. Of course that would land so big because I got in the Jeep anyway. I panicked and then I got in the Jeep anyway. And I met the most amazing people. Like I can see John is on right now. Hey, John. We met the most amazing people and we got to be in the best energy on this planet. It was so amazing. And so my encouragement for you today is to really think about this. And I'm going to say this again. And I just want you to write this down. Choices I make today create the future I live tomorrow. And I want you to ask yourself, am I making decisions based on the future that I desire to live, that I can see for myself? I can literally see it for myself. Or am I making the decisions based off of the past, whether it's past hurts, past situations, like whatever that is? And get honest with yourself. Like get honest with yourself and see what that is. So yesterday, every single day has blurred together. I don't even know what day is. I think today is Monday. So yesterday I went in downtown-ish Austin with my new friend Brandy that I met. And I don't have it on right now because I worked out in the afternoon, but I have a ring that you guys might see me wear often that is a sun and a moon. And sorry, let me say that differently. It's a moon and a star that I got on my way home from Mexico in January. And I used it as an anchor. For whatever reason, in that moment, I was like, no, I need an anchor. It wasn't about buying a gift for myself, though I'm not against that. It was like, I love anchors, like those reminders of embodiment. And as I was leaving, I was like getting some candy, like some Mexican candy for the kids. I was getting Mexican coffee for hubby and I. And I walked by that ring. I was like, No, and I was like, "Anchor." I heard the word anchor, and I was like, "Oh, yeah," because I had been thinking, like, "How am I going to embody this when I get home?" And then I heard, "You are of the moon and the stars." And I was like, "That's mine. I'm in." So I wear it almost every single day as a reminder to anchor into the embodiment of the essence of the woman that I know I'm here to be, making the decisions based off of her energy, finding the magic in a random Wednesday, living more, being more, serving more, and coming home to me more. And so when yesterday I had been thinking about this as well, and when I was in Austin, so you guys, I don't if you don't know yet, I actually have a son named Austin as well. So when we were in the city of Austin, my son Austin was like, "Anytime that you see anything Austin, take a picture and send it to me." And so I was doing that, and I found like and he's really into music, which is great. I need to take him to that city because I think he'll really love it. The energy is so light there. Oh my God, I have to tell you about okay, I have one more thing I wanna share with you as well. That was a huge epiphany on day 3. Okay, so I got him, like, a shot glass that said, like, Austin, and it's got, like, a guitar. I got him a bunch of guitar picks, and, like, there's a sticker that said, "Stay Batty Austin," which is, like, very much the city of Austin's vibe, but it's also my Austin's vibe where he's just, like he is such a free spirit, and he is literally one of one, and you are one of one, but, like, he is, like he doesn't give a crap about what anybody thinks about him at all. He is just so free spirited. So I'm like, you're gonna love the energy of this town. So anyway, um, I had been thinking like what it was that I would how like what would be my anchor. So I did get this hoodie, but not but and also I live in San Antonio, so it gets really effing hot. Like it's gonna be 90 degrees later on this week. So it is a light hoodie, but I was like, bring the joy. Saying so much. Oh my gosh, chills again. I love that so much. Just because it's like that reminder, it's that visual reminder, it's that anchor, right? But I was like, there's something, I feel like there's something else. And so yesterday I was walking around with my friend Brandy and she bought a piece of jewelry and nothing had called to me. I scanned the table 2 or 3 times. And as she was checking out, boom, I didn't see it before, but I heard lock it in. And then I saw this. It's a little charm that's a lock, and I just got this citrine as well. Oh my gosh, Brandy just texted me, of course she did. I got this on Etsy a little, like, last week or something, but lock it in. For me, that meant like, I heard it and then I saw this, and I was like, "That's mine." I'm like, "Here you go, take my card." But for me, that was that reminder to lock it in, lock in the joy. Lock in the energy I desire to be in. Lock in my future. Like it's mine. It's already mine. Lock in the serving that I'm here to do. Lock in who it is that I'm here to be. Like the fireworks energy, the embodiment of what I desire to be, do, and have. And so that's my anchor. Then my reminder to lock it in. Also, you want to talk about signs? There were signs everywhere, but because I have this with me. So there's the Austin Chronicles. Couldn't even tell you when the last time was that I read a newspaper. But this is fun. Let me see what's going on in Austin. This is cool. And Brendan said throughout the entire event, I'm here with it. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart now. Of course I am at the moment. Hold on. Wait, fun. I'm here. It's my time. Or I'm here. I'm ready. It's my time. I'm here. I'm ready. It's my time. I can't even make this shit up. It's your time. I got this on Sunday when I was getting coffee before I went out for the day and to just explore a little bit more of downtown Austin. I was like, oh my what the heck? That's crazy. So all of these like little like signs were showing up all weekend long as if the event wasn't landing enough. Like all the signs, the people that I met, the things I was seeing like this, I was like literal mind blown. Yes, I'm here. I'm ready. And then at the end, it was I go in strength. And oh my gosh, it was just so magical. So sit with the questions that I asked you and check in with yourself. Are you making these decisions? Because I promise you, when you get that nudge, it's going to, something is going to happen in your favor. Something you are meant to experience, something you're meant to see, feel, hear, something that is meant to lock in for your future self, and making decisions from future self energy instead of past version of you, making a decision from the space of where you desire to be in, and asking yourself, is this the embodiment of the essence that I'm here to be? And really just checking in with that. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so grateful that you took time out of your day to hang out with me and listen to the story. Hope this was this really inspired you. And I'm going to continue to share some of the wisdom drops as I am contemplating on this incredible event. And also, I want to invite you to Embody Retreat. When we talk about embodiment, it's like this word that has gotten thrown around a lot, but it's also like it has to take a lot of time. You have to do all of these specific things. And I love to see this so differently. So our embodied retreat, we are literally going to be collapsing time on where you are to where you desire to be in one of the most powerful spiritual vortexes in the world, in Tulum, Mexico. And through this event, through this 4-day retreat, we are going to be stepping into the embodiment and the essence of who it is that you are here to be, what it is that you are here to do, and also deepening your embodiment as the healer, the woman that you know you're here to be, including the quantum illumination Reiki healer and that facilitation as well. So if you are feeling called and you're ready to deepen your embodiment, you are ready to be in the room with like-minded souls, and you've been getting those nudges, DM me retreat and let's talk about the details. And yeah, I'm so excited about this. A little bit of information. It's in Tulum, Mexico. It's in July. There's only 3 spots remaining. And again, it's really about stepping into the essence of who you are and what it is that you're here to do and who it is that you are here to be in a capacity that we can only do in person. And you probably know by now, I am someone that absolutely loves the online space. It has been able to give me so much freedom and also be able to support people that I might not have ever reached before because of location. And so being able to be in the Zoom room and train and support and coach and help heal in this capacity is so freaking awesome. And also, there's something to be said when you're in the room with like-minded people, when you're in their actual energy in person, when you are able to touch and hug and create that beautiful experience. And so embodiment, we're going to be deepening that embodiment for you and giving you, you're going to walk away not even the same person. And then we're going to give you tangible steps to move forward as well, so you can continue that moving forward. So DM me retreat, and I will send the information your way. Keep hanging out, watching my stories. I'm going to continue to share these wisdom drops. Sending you so much love, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.